Hello everyone, this is Miss Gail over here, Georgia Peachnut. How are you doing? I'd like to welcome all my new subscribers and say welcome back to my previous subscribers. Thank you so much for your continuous support. I'm out here in the evening and I want to go over a couple of things. I'm going to do a quick recap of yesterday. For those of you who did see the video, um, let me show you this. Let me take it down just a little bit. Hold on. If this video ends without my saying goodbye, there'll be a part two, as usual. Yesterday we went through winter sowing using this 34 quart container and a bag of Miracle Grow. And let me see if I can take it loose real quick so you can see it. And I think I did spinach in here, and what did I do in here? Some lettuce. So I said I was going to come back and water it some more. I'm going to let you see what that looks like. For those of you who may be curious, I can figure out how to get this thing up. Okay, there you go. Now, when you are doing this method, now, I don't know if you can see the condensation. It's really full of condensation, which will keep all of this moist. You shouldn't have to water it again. I forgot to put the lettuce side in here, so we're going to put the lettuce over here. I sprinkled lettuce over here. I sprinkled Malabar spinach over here. We're going to do a little bit more watering in. It's not really necessary because the moisture is doing this thing. But we're going to still just water. Because you won't have to water again, to be honest with you. I've never had to water after I have applied it like this. Let's see, let me go on this side. Everything gets wet. Okay, so I think it has a good saturation, and we're gonna just put the top back on. The only thing I will caution you to about this is when it starts warming up outside, and you think for your area, because everybody's area is different, it may be getting hot, you can come and just lift the top off just a little bit. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If your seedlings have come up and you're like, depending on where you live now, bordering on 80 and 90 degrees and what have you, you will want to come out. Let me put this on the right way again. All you're doing is pushing the sides in, squishing everything up so that it will fit. Let me see if y'all can see that. I want you to see what my fingers are doing. You're just pushing it in so that everything fits. And if it doesn't go all the way down, it's okay. It's going to still have a good seal. I have done this where it didn't go all the way down and it still was sealed and everything still growed. And so it's down now. What I'm saying to you is if you are in a climate like Arizona, California, Texas, and it gets hot, like I say, late 70s, 80s, 90s, and it's still like early spring, late winter, you'll come and just jar it right here. You can put, I'm going to just say this cup, but you can put a stone or something and just jar it to let the steam out. At nighttime, you can let it back down if it goes down into the, 60s or 50s or 40s. You know how weather does. But in the meantime, until you get to that point, you just leave it down. Now, I've never had to do that because I'm here in Georgia, and those temperatures don't apply to us until midsummer. Leave it like this. You can see through here as your plant, hopefully that's not in your way, as your plant is growing up, you can see through here. Lift this a little bit to let the steam out, let it get some air. When it starts getting hot, late February, March, and your seedlings are still growing, you don't want them to cook. If you're in those 9A, 9B, 10 area. just monitor it. Right now, you don't have to monitor it because it's cold. And so anyway, I wanted to bring that thought to you. Also, you don't have to worry about that with the method using the milk jugs, because they already have the opening right here. You don't have to worry about that at all. Some people who live in hot areas, it may start drying out depending on the heat in your area. If it does, just look in there. First of all, you can see how heavy it is. And if you lift it up and it's not heavy, you look down in there, you start seeing light brown, you can just, let some water run down the sides and water it. I've not had that problem with that, once again, because of my grow zone. But it's different strokes for different folks, okay? The other thing I wanted you to know, we talked about the citrus, and we uncovered the citrus yesterday. So this is up on my deck. I was supposed to go down there and we're supposed to do the vegetables today, but we're going to do this up on the deck. These are my 2 citrus trees up here. So we're going to uncover them for the first time since all the freezing weather. Now, supposedly, this is up on the deck. It's up against the house. So some of the warmth from the house is supposed to help up here. So as you can see, it's still green. It's been pressed down because I had this pressed down on it. It's down a little crisp, but we shall see. I'm going to give it some water today. I watered the ones down on the downstairs. Now, when you have your covers, tonight it's supposed to rain. Now, I can sit these covers under my table. They won't get wet. But my covers out in the yard, you need to have a container to put them in, because when they get wet, they get heavy. And it's not a good thing to have to deal with. These are going to go right up under here. Like that. You can't see it, but I'm pushing them up under the table. Because we're supposed to have 3 days of rain. And that'll be good for this plant. But in the meantime, I'm going to take this plant and give it something. This is Miracle-Gro Super Thrive. And Miracle-Gro Super Thrive. And what else I have on the 511 fish fertilizer. Just going to give it a good watering, a good drink. So that it can revive itself from the cold. As you can see, look at here. Can't bring you too close because I have this battery pack. Let's see, let me get the pack. So this year is giving me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grapefruits. This is the ruby red grapefruit. I'm excited about it. It's in a container. It's in a container. I put warm water in here. When it's cold, you can do warm water. Don't do hot. Do warm water for better absorption because it's cold outside. And that'll be fine. So, this is the ruby red grapefruit. Next year, hopefully, I'll put it in the ground or a larger container. And I don't know what this is over here, but once it starts fruiting, I'll find out. But as you can see, let's see if you can see that. Like I said, I grow in containers and in grow bags successfully. They're in. One's in a grow bag, the other one's in a container. Peach tree in a container. apple tree in a container. Possibilities, okay? So, it's getting dark, of course. But, you know, I have to come out when I can come out. And I'm going to do the best I can for right now because, guess what? I have not done my onions. So, y'all sit right here. Sit right there. Let's see what we can do before it gets completely dark. And you say, Miss Gail, isn't it too cold? No. But let me tell you this. If you have, excuse me, a question about the coldness, take a cardboard box and set it over this. If you're doing something like this right here, take a cardboard box and set it over that night. Or you can just put it over there, over your product until the product starts to germinating, coming up, you know, and that'll keep the cold off of it. Or you can put a roll cover over it and then put a cardboard box over it and put a brick or something on top of the cardboard box to weigh it down, because you know at night the wind like to blow, right? So there's so many ways to do things. You just have to use your imagination, but that's one way. Now I'm putting in some perlite to open up the drainage and ease the ability of the roots to go through. That's what that's for. And I'm going to go down in here and just, let me get my drill. That'll be a little bit faster. Putting it down in there. Oops, I forgot my scoop. Oh, here it is. And you just take your scoop and open it up so it can get on down in there. So that it won't be compacted. I've already loosened the soil up. But you don't want it compacted to the point where the roots can't go through. This was a previous pepper plant. Lord, they won't leave me alone. What is that on my phone now? Good Lord of mercy. Oh, Lordy. So, you just want to get it distributed through here like that. Then you want to take some blood meal. This is going to be the only time I think that I'm going to apply blood meal. We'll see how everything is looking. And I'm going to sprinkle about 3 big handfuls of blood meal on here. And you know I got to put my bone meal. I got to have plenty of bone meal. Whew, Lord of Jesus, this stuff. Woo. Man. Now this will be applied again. Woo. And we're going to have the vegetable, herb, and tomato meat on the mask. I'm just going to do 2 of those. Whew. Lord Jesus. Help me. We're going to stir this up in here real good. Now I got these onions from House Tools. He's still selling them, and he lives in Georgia. So I figure if he's still selling them, I have a chance, evidently. because I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. Got them later than I thought I would have. And when I got them, I was not able to deal with them because, you know, my sister passed away and I was working. Didn't have a chance to get out here and do all this stuff. So, do the best you can. Okay, let's see here. You want to get it mixed in real good. There you go. And I'm just going to do this one bag with you. Take it and spread it out. This is a 10-gallon grow bag. I want to thank Miss Lisa. It's really been a great help. And I'm going to put some of these in the garden downstairs, down in the garden in the yard down there. So let's see what's going on with these. They've been here for a couple of weeks, I think. And I've forgotten what kind these are. These are Vidora onions. Boy, they are dry. So I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna keep, y'all know me, keep hope alive. I probably should have put these in some water, but it'll be okay. I'll put the other ones in water. I'm gonna saturate it pretty good. So we got 1, 2. Just do these right here. So we want them to be large bulbs, and you really should separate them. Of course, I didn't do that, but I'm just gonna go for what I know. Just looking at some of the large ones. And we'll just keep an eye on these, see what happens. Some of them fail. We get these up while we can see them. Okay, so here we go. Just gonna do a little hole there and push, pinch, pinch. Keep them kind of apart. Pinch, pinch. That one looked like it may, I don't know, it may not make it. Some of these were looking rough when I first looked at them. When I got them, I said, they don't look too good. They look kind of rough. I don't know. Mr. House Tools. They look kind of rough here. But we shall see. Let's see here. What I'm going to do is plant them closely, and then I can always take them out and keep them watered. It's going to rain on them, so that's a good thing. That's going to hopefully keep them going, y'all. So I had places in the garden downstairs that I was going to put them, but these take 6 months, I believe. And I knew I was going to need the space before 6 months was up. Y'all see how they looking now. We're going to water them in, and I'll be out here tomorrow or the day after and see how they doing. They should perk right up. These don't have big bulbs on them. Let's see if I can find some more with some bigger bulbs. I usually do the sets. They seem to do better for me. They've already got the big bulb on them, then you don't have to worry about it, but I decided to try these. Don't ask me why. Okay, let's see here. Like I said, I'm going to pack them in. Then I can always thin them out. Oh, these are not looking good. The bulbs on them are very small. They're small.